Airbnb, it's the eBay of space. Basically, our website allows you to rent out your place by the night in over 2,000 cities around the world. And today I'm going to tell you basically how we went from a couple unemployed designers, we had absolutely no money, and we basically turned this into a global movement all over the world. So it all started back in October of 2007. I moved up here from San Francisco, California. I was living with my roommate, Joe, and we went to the Rhode Island School of Design. And we had absolutely no money. We were aspiring designers, we were aspiring entrepreneurs, basically unemployed, and we were about to go to this design conference. We noticed on the conference website that all the hotels are sold out. And that's when we had the idea, why not, instead of, why not basically put up our own place on the site? So why don't we basically rent out, create our own little bed and breakfast. So we decided, instead of creating just a designer bed and breakfast, why don't we get some Airbeds from the closet? And so we created basically what we called an Airbed and breakfast. So it wasn't a bed and breakfast, you had an Airbed, it was an Airbed and breakfast. Now why did we post on Craigslist? So because we didn't want just anyone to come to stay with us, we wanted designers from this conference to come with us. So we decided we're not going to post this thing on Craigslist, we're going to build our own website. Now we're just a couple designers, we didn't know much about building websites. So the first website we built was, I admit, kind of lame. It was a nice little rough site. We built this site in 2 days. We weren't expecting much, and what happened blew our mind. This site basically got picked up by blogs all over the design community. And we thought we were going to host a couple guys to this conference, or 23-year-old kids. We had people that completely broke all our assumptions. 3 people stayed with us for this conference. This is a mole. He's 32 years old, but that's not the remarkable part. The remarkable part is that he's from India. He came from India, and he stayed with us instead of at one of these overpriced and otherwise sold-out hotels. We also had a 38-year-old woman from Boston, and we had a 45-year-old father of 5 from Utah. At this point, we're realizing this might not just be something we're going to do one weekend. Maybe there's a business here. Maybe people all over the world would do this as well. So we got that guy in the middle, Joe, on the left there. He's the guy that started with me. We didn't know anything basically about starting a web startup. Most people down here do. So Nate, he joined us. He's from Harvard. He basically knew how to build websites. He said, let's basically make this like all over the world. And so here we are. We want to be able to basically create an eBay-type site. And how do you do that when no one's ever heard of you? Right? How do I get all you guys to put up your rooms on a website if no one's going to come look for them? The problem is the chicken and egg problem. We decided we'd do it by getting a ton of press. Barack Obama was speaking at the Democratic National Convention. They had 27,000 hotel rooms, and all the hotels were sold out because he was speaking in front of 80,000 people. We said, this is our moment. We're going to launch. And we launched, and it was a huge press sensation. We got on NBC, USA Today, CNN came to our living room. Within a couple weeks, we went from a couple guys that had absolutely no money to a couple guys that had absolutely no money, but at least we were on CNN. So it was pretty cool. Over the next few months, we started having people from all over the world, from all walks of life, start putting up their Airbeds in their living rooms. They started posting their bedrooms on our site. People, not just from the United States, but we started getting people from South America, from Australia, from Europe, all over. It completely blew our mind. Our users were so passionate about this that it started spreading. Much the way these talks spread, right? We didn't really have any marketing budget. We were just a few guys. We didn't know what we were doing. But our users started spreading this all over the country and all over the world, in fact. So it completely blew us by surprise. We decided, since our users are meeting in person, it's not just any other website, we better meet our users as well. We didn't want to sit in our office, so we decided, let's tour the country and go city to city and meet our users. We went to London, we went to Paris, we went to Chicago, Boston. This is exactly a year ago. We went to New York City. We have these meetups. Now, when you go to a meetup, the great part about meeting your users and your website, actually meeting them, is they tell you things you never thought you would ever see. So this person right here changed our business forever. Do you know who this person is? This is Barry Manilow's drummer. Barry Manilow's drummer decided to post his entire apartment across the street from Carnegie Hall on our website. Now remember, we were just posting Airbeds. All of a sudden, we could post entire apartments, homes on our site. This is a Frank Lloyd Wright designed home that is also now on our site. It turned out that a whole bunch of people who owned homes designed by Frank Lloyd Wright started getting in our community, and they wanted to show off their homes. So now you can stay in Le Corbusier or Frank Lloyd Wright designed homes all over the country, all over the world. But not only regular homes, people started putting up really interesting spaces. This is a professor from Harvard who had a beautiful treehouse in his backyard. He put the treehouse in the backyard on the site, I think as a joke. And then a couple dozen people ended up booking it. If you want to stay there, you have to wait 6 months. That is how popular the treehouse is. Now remember, let's start with an airbed in a living room. And now we have a castle in Britain for $114 a night. When I saw that price, I had to look twice. But you do actually, it's not too good to be true, people have actually stayed there. So basically the way the site works, to give you a quick background, is you can actually book the room through the site, unlike Craigslist, right? So you book just like a hotel, you can ask the host a question, you can leave a review, and it's really, really simple. So we started realizing that it wasn't just a cheap alternative to hotels. You know, I was putting my couch up for like 20 bucks a night, but here you have a villa. It was $1,500 a night in Costa Rica. So we're starting to get a wide range of properties. Yeah, there you are. And that was a pretty good guess because this is probably the coolest thing on the site we have. You can actually stay in this igloo, and it's pretty stunning when you look at it inside. We've got igloos, cabins, we've got things all over the world. And, you know, I keep coming back to the idea that we never tried to basically start a business. You know, we were actually, I say we had a cover story in High Magazine. It's slightly deceptive, but that photo in the upper left-hand corner is us. That's our advisor, but that story was us, so it's not totally a lot of It's now grown. We're in 116 countries. And Hilton Hotels, one last thing, is in 70 countries. So it took Hilton Hotel 70 years to get in 70 countries, but with the open marketplace, we now have accommodations in only 116 countries. And you know, what's our goal? Well, Hilton Hotels is 500,000 rooms. You know, and if we get 501,000 rooms in the world, we are the world's largest accommodation network. Thank you.